Money, 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 money. Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs, Money in the Bank, and we are here in a different setting because it is going to take place in a different setting, at least for the six man. It's going to take at HQ. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about the Universal Championship going one-on-one against his old family member, and they are, Wyatt family, right? They were all tied in together. And then Drew McIntyre versus Rollins. Let's get into it. Before we get into the card, I want to give a huge shout out to WEF Show. Awesome dude, man. Go follow him on Instagram. I put the link in the description below. The only other team that you're not seeing in here that will partake in this match right here for the SmackDown Tag Team titles will be the Forgotten Sons. So we'll have them. We'll have Lucha House Party, Miz and Morrison, and of course, Kofi Kingston and Big E. And I got to go with them retaining. They just won it about a couple of weeks ago. Be a little bit too early. Lucha House Party does deserve the titles at some point, but I feel like they just got thrown in here since we haven't seen much of them. Last time it was only one out of the three, and that was, the Elimination Chamber match, but I still got to stick right here with Kofi Kingston and Big E retaining. You guys saw the action figure setup. This is the most likely candidate that we will see to compete for the Intercontinental Championship. I could see this being more of a pre-show match. Drew Gulak, he's found the window. Like, the only thing he needs to do is open it up and just go outside, man. Go out there, take a fresh breath of the fresh air and say, yo, Sammy, so I think it's time, man. Is it though? Or are you ready for the Helluva Kick? I don't think it's so, man. We're going to go ahead and try it. Helluva Kick right there. Sami Zayn keeping the IC Championship. One more match that I also do foresee playing out. It's going to be Chad Gable again, and it's going to be Sheamus, and Sheamus has been getting the upper hand for the most part. Thing is that this guy's like a top card player. Like, he was WWE champion at some point. He holds the record at WrestleMania for one of the fastest wins in all time. So for right here, for him not to be part of this, I feel like there's like a good handful of guys that are not even in this card. Chad Gable, I do think that he's got to get something up on him, but it's not going to be, if it does go down, I don't think it's going to be on this night. I see Sheamus picking up the win. For the women's Money in the Bank match, we're going to see Asuka. We're going to see the return right here of Nia Jax, at least for pay-per-view. Carmella, Lacey Evans, Dana Brooke, and Shayna Baszler. Asuka, I would rank her within my top two to seeing the last woman up there to snatch this briefcase. Number two, we've seen some experience, right? Mella's the only one, I think she's the only one that has actually gone into this match, captured the briefcase, but then again, that wasn't her, it was him, and it was a whole mess of things. Then they had to redo it again, and James Ellsworth, we're not talking about James. Nia Jax, I think this would be a nice win for her. If she was to win this, I think it'd be a difficult situation, though. She's never been one to climb up the ladder, so seeing her snatching this, highly unlikely. Shayna Baszler, she did demonstrate the dominance in the Elimination Chamber match, but the thing is that you don't need dominance in a match like this. This is more of like, if you're quick to the draw, if you can get up there fast enough and get that, and that's why I gotta go right here with Lacey Evans. And I know heels, they usually do it up, but I don't know, man. I think Lacey Evans, she came too damn close at WrestleMania for her not to win this. But yes, Money in the Bank winner right here. SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley will be defending it against Tamina Snuka, and I did say that right. I know somewhere along, for some people, it might look like a typo, but this is happening, and this is the turning point. This is the pivotal turning point that we will see the final division. I don't know. I'm just playing this out, you guys, but I do think that Sasha Banks, this is finally where everything's going to turn, and then the next match, the next contender to actually compete for this will be right here. It'll be these two. Oh, yes, and of course, yeah, she'll dominate. There's no doubt about that. And then at the end of it all, they'll be standing right there in the middle of the ring, and it's just going to lead to something, maybe at SummerSlam. It's about time, and that's the biggest event of the summer. If you're going to put a big show right there, what better way to do so with the top two ladies over there on SmackDown? The men's Money in the Bank, we're going to see Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Aleister Black, Baron Corbin, and Otis. Yes, we only need one half of Heavy Machinery to come out here, do the work, show them what's up, what's going on with SmackDown. I'll tell you what, Otis, look, I'm glad that you're coming out and you're kind of separating from Tucker. Like, Tucker, I don't want to take anything away from Tucker, but ultimately, I see them doing better as a team. I mean, if he was to win this, they could still very much do the whole tag team thing. They could even capture like the main title together, but then it would just kind of be like a whole New Day recreation, and it's more of a heel tactic to carry this briefcase. That's what it comes down to, man. If you want to hold this briefcase, if you want to walk around, you want to walk in on Monday morning and say, hey, guess who's holding the briefcase? Me. AJ Styles could do it. AJ's been great. I mean, the man did just get buried, so we kind of need to unbury him, bring him back up to the surface, find out if this guy is still one of the top dudes over there. Aleister Black on the come up. I mean, for a minute there, we kind of did see like a slope, like we thought they were just going to give up, right? He was losing matches, but now he's back on it. Daniel Bryan too. I mean, Bryan, ever since his return, dude's always kind of had a chip on his shoulder. Like, people are kind of wondering, like, how much longer can this man really do what he's been doing? Rey Mysterio, you going to answer that? Hero Fix, look, I'm actually coming to the end of my contract, so I don't have much wiggle room to talk about, but I can still give me a couple more years left. I know Ray, he has at least 2 more. And as far as like Trash Corbin over here, well, there's not much to say about the man. I'm sure nobody wants to see the man walk out ahead, but he has done it in the past. And come to think of it, I think him and John Cena are the only 2 WWE superstars in history, I think there might be one more, that have actually captured the Money in the Bank briefcase, but it was a failure. I mean, he didn't do anything with it, and I don't see that happening now. He did try, so don't get me wrong. He attempted, he tried cashing it in, but yeah, no, it didn't play out his way, and it's not going to play this time. AJ Styles, my top 2, I'm going to go with either AJ, him being the heel, he would carry it well. I could see some great stuff going forward with him, and again, the burial process after challenging the dead man. Aleister Black is my next runner-up because mainly just of like he's been a huge fan favorite. The guy has been awesome. Like, his entrance, everything about Aleister Black just reflects a top superstar and a top contender. It's already been talked about him actually moving out of the mid-card level and scaling up right here, equivalent to Daniel Bryan. Another one. This is, dude, it's going to be a battle. Rey Mysterio, I ain't trying to take anything away, but if your contract is like coming to an end, like, why would he capture it and then go to AEW? This isn't WCW versus WWF, Hero Fix, but all I'm saying is that they're trying to figure stuff out right now with him, and maybe like that's the thing that actually pulls the lever, right? Like, that's the switch for Rey Mysterio to re-sign the contract. Like, hey, we'll give you the Money in the Bank briefcase, stick around with us, we still need you. He's still one of the top merch guys, so they don't want to get rid of him. It would be a huge loss, but Ray's not that type of person. He doesn't have it in his heart. He's a very humble dude, so as far as the negotiation process on that table, he wouldn't even bring this up. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Aleister Black winning this. This man needs it. He desperately needs this. If he doesn't win this, back to the drawing board, but that can't be it, man. He's worked too hard to get to this point, so for him not to go out there, snatch that briefcase, walk away as the new Money in the Bank champ, and go out there, maybe like on Monday Night Raw, like the following night, be like one of the earliest guys to ever do it. Hey, it's just some ideas, man. But yes, Aleister Black to win the Money in the Bank. Spotlight all on these 2, especially Drew McIntyre. Here is your chance, sir. Right? We had it against Big Show. He had a successful title defense, and he retained against one of the biggest dudes. But the Messiah, Mr. Rollins, he's got his work cut out for him. Drew McIntyre, it's not going to be like going in there challenging beast to get out of here. Brock Lesnar, he is the hardest, most competitive, destructive force in all of history. So the fact that he conquered him and now he's going in here against Rollins, it should be a walk in the park, but I ain't taking anything away from the architect, man. You give this guy a chance, he'll take him out. You give him an inch, you take him out. Something along those lines. Rollins, that man, he's going to come in here strong, dude. He's going to bring the curb stomp. He's going to bring everything he needs to bring to capture that WWE Championship, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I got to go with Drew McIntyre retaining the belt. WWE has really put themselves up against this wall. Having these 2 right here competing for this championship, like, I'm not saying that The Fiend doesn't deserve it. I mean, technically, he didn't deserve to lose the way that he did, but Braun Strowman, like, the man had a huge win at WrestleMania, so for him to go in here against the indestructible force, better known as The Fiend, it's not going to be one of those things that it's going to be a walk in the park. Like, for this match to really end in any kind of way to where they can still walk away with their heads held high, unless if Vince McMahon just wants to keep destroying of the name that he's been building up this last year, it's going to have to end in some kind of like either disqualification where like The Fiend will dominate, right? He'll show, like, he'll stand strong in the middle of the ring as like, yo, check this out. I could have won that, but I didn't. I got disqualified. So he will retain the championship due to disqualification. The Fiend will still be, lingering, and then it's just going to be one of these placeholders until Roman Reigns, until he finally comes back, recaptures the title. So this match was more scheduled just to kind of, fill in that void until he returns back at SummerSlam. Fiend will get thrown back in here because he even said it, like, I don't need that belt, dude. Like, that's not what represents me. I mean, I'm sure he would like to have it. That's really any WWE superstar's dream, but again, he doesn't need it. But yes, it will be Braun Strowman. He'll retain the championship. Fiend will win. It'll be disqualification. Give me your thoughts, man. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Are you guys excited about this, right? We got HQ. Pretty excited. It's going to be very cinematic, but at the end of the day, man, look, if they're going to go out there, put on the show that they've done back at Mania. I was a fan of the Graveyard Match, and I can tell you this, man, I'm a huge fan of what's going down. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, he's got the mandible claw locked in. The Fiend, he's walking away with the championship.